I'm feeling like a new book today. Let's see. What have we got? Oh, a Ron Rash is always a good choice. I don't know though. He's pretty serious. Maybe we'll do something a little lighter than Ron Rash. Let's go down here. Oh, okay. Okay, we love a little J. Kristoff. Illuminate. I've been dying to read Illuminate. I don't know though. It's feeling a little sci-fi for my mood. Yeah. I just need a little drama. A little drama with my romance. I mean, Harry Potter is always a good option. But maybe I need some angst. Some real dramatic teenage angst. What could I possibly read next? Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Oh, what is this? Twilight. A battered second-hand copy of one of the most prolific teenage angsty paranormal romances of the age? Yeah, let's do it. Fuck yeah. Hello, my loves. Welcome to a very special reading vlog where I will actually be rereading a crowd favorite, Twilight. Guys, it's probably been a hot minute since I've even looked at the book Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. And you know, if you're here and you're like, what is Twilight? Well, you've been living under a bit of a rock, honestly, because it's been like this worldwide phenomenon for the last 2 decades, it feels like. I read this book back when I was in high school, and I'll be honest, I was someone who thoroughly enjoyed all 4 books. I thought the ending on the 4th was a little dodgy, wasn't really I wasn't a huge fan of the series, let's be honest. I was definitely a fan. I recommended it to people who enjoyed paranormal romances because I certainly did at the time. And yeah, and then the world blew up and I became one of those people who hated things that were overly hyped. So that's why we're here to give Twilight a second chance, because Midnight Sun is coming out, Stephanie Meyer's first book in a very long time. And as I understand it, Midnight Sun will be told in the perspective of Edward, our main male protagonist from the beginning. Yeah, Edward. Yeah, wow. And here is my book. I bought it from Thrift Books and it came to me without a cover. Lame, I know, but I am kind of excited to get into this book because it's been so long and I spent a lot of time hating it, I'll be honest. But honestly, I've come to terms with the fact that I gave in to the Twilight trend when it was a big deal, and then I hopped off when everyone was screaming about it. I'll be honest, I sort of lost my way with the movies, but every now and then I would watch them as a guilty pleasure because I really loved the scenery of the Pacific Northwest. I was really into sort of the deep green colors of the movie and the grays and the blues. And you know, who doesn't like to look at vampiric men? I mean, this girl does. This girl definitely does. So I'm interested to see what I'll think of reading Twilight this time around, because it's been a really long time, and like I said, I spent a lot of time bashing it, when in reality, let's be real, I was a closet twihard. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I liked it, but I wasn't a huge fan, mostly because romance as a genre, even paranormal romance, has never really been my thing. I've always been such a big fantasy reader. So before I just spend all this time blabbering on, I just want to preface this vlog with the fact that this is all done in good fun. If you love Twilight, if I say things that are outwardly negative or bashing, I do it in good fun. I do it because I don't take myself seriously, and I don't take Twilight all that serious. And if you do take Twilight serious, props to you. I'm excited that you've got a new book coming out from Stephanie Meyer. This is your time. And arguably it might be my time because I pre-ordered the book. I got a signed copy, I'll be honest. I spent the money. But I would just want to go ahead and tell you that this is all done in good fun. And there are parts of this book that are probably going to be problematic. And there has been a lot of criticism put on Twilight over the years when, in my mind, honestly, guys, it's fiction. It's fucking fiction. I'll be honest. Like, it's fine. It's fine. If you recognize that you're not going to go out and find a man exactly like Edward or become exactly like Bella, or maybe you don't want to imprint on a small child like Jacob does, or maybe you don't take to heart, well, there is a thing about the misrepresentation of the Quileute Nation, which I will link down below their website if you want to get educated. So there's that. But otherwise, it's fiction, it's all good fun. Let's get this vlog started. Hello, my friends. So here I am, it's another day. It's Monday, in fact, and we're in my bed again. We should rename my vlogs to Read with Jay in her bed in the middle of the week, in the middle of a work day, while she has crazy looking hair because it's still wet. We're just gonna be bed buddies, not in a weird sexual way, but like in a just, this is where I live my life. Actually, I don't spend a lot of time in bed. I actually should get more sleep and I just never do. Anyway, that's besides the point. Welcome to another reading vlog where we are reading Twilight. I know I already told you this in this vlog already, but I felt the need to reintroduce it. I am currently page 28. So let's talk about Bella. So I knew what I was getting into when I wanted to reread this book. I had my thoughts and opinions about it before when I first read the book, and then I had my thoughts and opinions about it after the movie craze and everyone and their mom were like Twihard fans. And I moved very far away from that. Should I lower this light? Oh yes, that's much better. So here is the scoop. I'm gonna take off my glasses because there's a horrible glare, but here is the scoop. Bella is definitely in that sort of like, I'm not like other girls trope. I'm awkward, I'm smart, I'm so well learned because I love Wuthering Heights. Like, give me a break, bitch. Just, you're not any better than anyone who hasn't frickin' read classical literature. Just because you enjoy a confusing story about star-crossed lovers. I don't even know what Wuthering Heights is about. I tried it and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna go read something that's like involves wizards and dragons, and that's where we're at. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying the drama of it all, I'll be honest. Like, I already feel transported back to high school because that's when I read it. I think I jumped on the bandwagon for Twilight a little late. I think like the movies were already starting to come out when I decided to read it. My friend who was super into vampires and like creepy dark stuff, I mean I was too, that's why she like recommended me. She told me that I had to read it, and hey, we're here. Like, I read all those books. They were good. I never revisited them again, especially after the ending of the fourth book, which if you haven't read it, well, let me just tell you, the movie endings were better than the actual book endings. Oh my god. Okay, this is not going to be a vlog, just me hating on Twilight like for 30 minutes or however long this vlog ends up being. This is going to be me trying to like figure out, well, it might be me hating on it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I honestly am set to enjoy this book. I don't know what that sticker is. I got this from Thrift Books, this copy, and it came without a cover, like, annoying. But I am actually really enjoying it so far. She's just met Edward. He's looking at her with that like antagonistic glare because he smells her. And you know, she's just like very awkward because she's the new girl, but everyone's interested in her. And in my mind, I'm like, bitch, no one cares. No one cares. But we love Bella. We love Edward. We're all about it. So I'm going to read some and then I'll come back to you. So, surprise to no one, I fell asleep while I was in my bed reading. I probably read like 10 pages or something like that before I just like conked out. But currently I'm on page 56, and let me just say this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. I am really enjoying just the atmosphere. I really love all the imagery of being sort of in the Pacific Northwest, the gray sort of like drizzly, rainy weather in the forest. I'm really into that. And I'll be honest, even though I have proclaimed a very vibrant hate of the Twilight series, even after I read them and saw all the movies. I'm just one of those people who, like, when things get really hyped up, for some reason it turns me off, even though I've already consumed the material. Yes, I'm that person. I'm that asshole. But every now and then I will get the urge to watch the Twilight movies just because I love staring at the Pacific Northwest sort of images. I love the big pine trees, and oh, I loved the scene at the La Push Reservation in the beach. Oh my god, I could go on about that forever. It's lovely, especially when it gets close, when I'm feeling like I want like to feel like it's fall. I always end up watching those movies. But I wanted to, so keep that in mind. Hold on to the fact that I am thoroughly enjoying this book. And, you know, I've accepted that this book is going to be problematic. It wasn't problematic to me as a dramatic 16-year-old. As a 28-year-old who's been through some stuff, it is slightly problematic to me. So I've realized a thing here where, you know, there's the I'm not like other girls trope, but also like she sort of recognizes that her like main personality trait is being clumsy. Why is that your main personality trait? Fucks me up. And then she like says, let's see, oh, she's talking about Edward, and she said, I was well aware that my league and his league were spheres that did not touch. But then in the next page, she talks about how Mike and Eric, the two dudes in her little group, are sort of like battling for her attentions. And she's like, I'm not sure that I like that, or maybe I do. And Bella, you know you beautiful. You know that you're an attractive bis. And it's fine, just own it. Don't pretend like you're this like awkward, clumsy little damsel in distress trying to be a not damsel in distress. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Regardless, I'm enjoying the high school angst and the feelings and the emotions. I'm not even that far into the book, but I'm ready for it. I'm excited. I was gonna lift tonight, but I think I might just sit on my couch and read Twilight because I'm into it. So I am close to breaking the 100-page mark. I know, I read very slowly, but let's talk about the part that I'm at, where now Edward and Bella have sort of like met halfway. The weird van incident where she almost got crushed and he appeared magically at her side to save her happened. And so they're now like on talking terms. They're now friends, and he's playing this game that, had I been 16, or when I was 16 reading this, I thought was very exciting. This game was very exciting, where he was like, it'd be better if we weren't friends. If you were smart, you would listen to me and stay away from me. I'm tired of staying away from you, type of deal. And guys, what is this? Why is this a trope? Early 2000s was such a thing where it was like, oh, the bad guy is a good guy, is a bad guy, is a good guy. And Lord Almighty, can I just say, I've been through those guys, and we don't want to revisit that. Why does anyone like that game? Just, do I stay away from you? I will decide myself, type of thing. Anyway, Bella is Bella. Edward, yeah. You know, I was never a big Edward fan. I think I really had a soft spot for Jacob, just because, well, Jacob has his problem. Everyone is problematic in this book. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna read more, and I'll probably have more opinions on this, but I want to tell you again, I am thoroughly enjoying this. My inner 16-year-old self is like having the best time. About 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how potent that part might be, that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. Oh, in love, irrevocably, the best like young PSAT word to date. When I first read this book, it had a cover. I don't know why Thrift Books sent this to me without a cover, but whatever Thrift Books. I remember reading the back and seeing that word irrevocably, and I was like, oh, I don't know that word. Let's just like look that up real fast. And then I was like, oh my God, vocabulary changed forever. And I still use that word and think about Twilight to this day. Yeah, sorry if the light's changing constantly. I'm by a window, things are happening outside. We just had a hurricane and it's kind of feeling like fall outside. And guys, honestly, I threw on a long sleeve because we're getting a little hasty. It's still hot in North Carolina, but I'm gonna do what I want while I read some angsty teenage vampire dramas, okay? And that's where I'm at. I'm like just right before the 200-page mark, and guys, why do I love this? We're just past the part where like Bella went to Port Angeles and like got stalked by 4 dudes, and then Edward came to her rescue because he was keeping tabs telepathically on her friends, so that because he was worried that she would get into like some weird trouble or catastrophe. Sounds a little hovering-ish, but whatever, Edward. It's cute because Twilight is cute, problematic, but whatever, we accept it. And I'll get back to you on more reading. It is Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday morning. That breakfast that I showed you was delicious. And guys, if the video looks funny, I'm sorry. I'm trying out a new setting and I don't know if I like it yet. So I'm gonna make this update quick. So I am on page 224. I didn't get to read that much last night. I was kind of tired, and then ironically I didn't sleep all that much. But we're getting to the point where like Bella and Edward are now like an item. They're starting to like appear publicly. They're going places. This is after the Port Angeles incident where he saves her from like 4 creepy dudes. And I just had some thoughts. So I understand that this is a problematic story. We've all talked about this before, like the relationship parameters in Twilight are less than perfect, which as long as we recognize that, I think it's okay to read because it's fiction. But I did want to touch on perhaps maybe an unpopular opinion, and I have the right to change this opinion later as I finish this story because I don't remember all that much. Now, while I agree that there are parts of Edward and Bella's relationship, especially early on, that have a lot of red flags, like, you know, the mind reading without her opinion, the watching of her through her friends type of thing, very problematic. If that happened in real life, where a boy was like, you know, keeping tabs on his new girlfriend in these really intense ways, we would be like, girl, ditch that boy. But and I hesitate to even say this because I know that this is probably a weird thing to say, but Edward is a vampire, and part of what makes vampires like dangerous and scary but also enticing is that their main power is to take away control and consent from their victims. Now, this is a love story, and you know, if we've all read the books and seen the movies, we know that things sort of end happily ever after. And if that's a spoiler for you guys, this has been out for like 15 years. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is a reread, sorry. But that is kind of what gives vampires their edge and why people are fascinated with them, because aside from the whole blood-sucking thing and them being dangerous, the whole concept of consent and control over your own person is their prime target, their exact way of getting to you. They sort of eradicate that control from your life. For example, if they are invited into your house, you now no longer have power over your house whatsoever because you invited them that one time. And this is sort of a hyperbole and metaphor over just, you know, consent in general. Like, we as humans don't like having our power taken away from us, at least our power over our lives. Like, at least that we should have control over it. But vampires sort of come in there and wreck everything. They make sexy advances, and then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, suck my blood, it's fine. And I just want everyone to understand that, because we are in an age where a lot of things are analyzed for the good. I think that everything should be analyzed and reanalyzed, and you know, should be, if things are problematic, things should be pointed out. But I just wanted to play devil's advocate and just remind everyone that this is a story about a vampire, a fictional mythical character whose whole point is to take away consent. So when people start hating, I understand, because I was once a part of that camp, but it's also, y'all, it's fiction. And that's my TED Talk. Gonna go work for the rest of the day, and then I will update you later. Good morning, my loves. It is Thursday morning, which technically means it is my Friday. I took Friday off this week and I'm really excited. I've got a long weekend ahead of me. And I'm even more excited because I've made it past the 300 page mark. I'm at page 334 for Twilight. And that means I technically read 100 pages yesterday, and that is pretty smoking for a weekday. Like, that almost never happens, at least for weekdays. My boyfriend always makes fun of me because I say I never read 100 pages in one day, and I do. I've gotten better at it, but on a weekday, it's pretty respectable. Also, it is so humid and muggy out here that my glasses are fogging. So I just wanted to talk to you about some thoughts, some highlights of where I'm at in Twilight. So let's talk about fucking Mike Newton. Why does no one talk about Mike Newton in the books? And if you guys don't remember, Mike is like one of the like dudes in Bella's group before she sort of breaks off and hangs out with Edward more. And Mike has pursued Bella from the very beginning, since she came to school, and he has like been on her heels, like trying to get her approval, flirting with her, tripping over himself to get her attention. And you know what? That's not an issue. That's not the issue at all. So when we talk about problematic characters, we have a lot of issues with Bella, with Edward, with Jacob, with, you know, how Stephenie Meyer portrays the Quileute Nation, if that's how you say it. I never can say it right. But no one talks about how Mike Newton is like the quintessential perpetual friend zone dude who just refuses to believe that he belongs in the friend zone. And also, let's not talk about how problematic the idea of a friend zone is. Just because dudes are upset that a girl won't date her, they have like created this thing called a friend zone when they just can't take a hint and fuck off, basically. And Mike Newton just needs to fuck off. He was very sweet at the beginning, but he had a lot of like ulterior motives. And what he really should have done after she expressed her not interest was just to be her friend, like a decent person. If he wanted to be around her and he realized she was into Edward, be her friend. And even after he starts dating Jessica, he's still like pouty Mr. Sad Pants over it. I actually had a conversation with a friend recently, and she was like, you know, the saying shouldn't be yes or no means no. It should be yes means yes. Because a lot of girls, they just don't get told growing up that saying no is okay. I mean, they do and they don't. Like, a lot of girls don't develop the confidence to say no properly. We're just not in a society that builds that up, and maybe we will be moving forward, but certainly even me growing up, saying no was a very strange, uncomfortable aspect of being a female. And I feel like she was right. Yes should mean yes, and only until a girl specifically says yes, people should back the fuck off, like Mike Newton. Also, this is gonna be a rant, and I'm sorry, this might be a long one. Here's another thing. So Bella is such an interesting person because she is very much the quintessential teenager. She just ignores all the red flags and is like, whatever, Edward, just take me, just take me. When they hike up to the meadow and she sees his like sparkling, glistening skin, he's like telling her all the like things that he wanted to do to her when he first like was made aware of her presence. He talks about how like it was so hard for him to resist her blood, etc. And after he goes on his spiel, he was like, it's easier for me now though. I really don't want to eat you as much as I wanted to eat you when you first started at school. And she was like, oh, you're so complicated. You're so sad. I'm 10 times more attracted. My little girl jollies are just like rocking their socks off right now. And granted, if I was 16, I don't know that I would have acted any different, but yeah. Bella, red flags. Red flags, Bella. It's fine. It's fine. It's what we're here for. And I'll be honest, I was getting a little bored. I hit this like patch where all they were doing was just like talking and like hanging around each other. I don't know. I'm not a big romance reader, so I forgot how super heavy this is. I guess you would call this a paranormal romance, which I'm not super into, but it's fine. It's getting more exciting, I think. Hello, it is Thursday afternoon after work. Guys, it's my Friday afternoon. As you just saw, I put on ASMR Rooms. It's Hagrid's Cabin, and I'm very excited about that. Also, look at my cat. She's so interested in this ASMR Rooms. So I'm settling down for the afternoon, not like permanently, but I'm going to eat my taiyaki. And if you don't know what a taiyaki is, or you don't, yeah, I've had this before on my vlogs. It's basically like a thin crispy pancake on the outside and sweet red bean paste on the inside. It's super tasty. It is a sweet snack. And I just wanted to pop in real fast because I am on page 367 in Twilight. And guys, okay, real fast. Let me just talk to you. Is anyone else weirded out by how fast they jumped from like she's sensing he's repulsed by her to I love you and I'm never leaving you? Like, wow, y'all move fast, am I right? I feel like it hasn't been that long that you guys didn't know what you were to each other, and now you're basically Romeo and Juliet. Isn't that weird? It's weird. Yeah, that's really all I had to update you with. I just am concerned at the brevity they are moving in their relationship. But this is coming from someone who's 28, close to 30, and if I saw that as like my children going through that, I'd be like, hang on, whoa. Y'all need to slow down, take a chill pill, make sure you got condoms, like type of deal. Do you have college plans, Edward? Bella, do you have college plans? Chill out, just hang onto your pants real fast and quit with the I love you. Does anyone else feel like that? Maybe I'm just old. Okay, I'm gonna read. Bye. I am less than 100 pages from the end of this book, and guys, I'm bored. I'm ready to be done with this book. Oh, why was 16-year-old me so captivated with this story? Good morning, my loves. It is Friday morning, and today is technically the start of my weekend, and I'm very excited about it. I am even more excited about it because I finished Twilight last night. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed my time reading the book. I will say, reading through it made me realize how much my tastes have changed since I was 16, which is, you know, huge shocker. Like, yeah, it's like almost over a decade later. And I will say that I think that a lot of the hate Stephenie Meyers receives, is it Stephenie Meyer? Meyer, not Myers. A lot of the hate she receives is sort of, I feel, unfounded. I think that Twilight as a series did a lot for the genre of YA. It really put it into the forefront of the book community after it just blew up, especially with all the movies. And the biggest takeaway from this reread is that, one, I'm ready for Midnight Sun. I am now officially ready to read the newest Stephenie Meyer installation of this series. And I'm also not a paranormal romance person. Honestly, I'm not a romance genre reader. If we're being honest, it's just not my deal. I think it's a little boring. Not a lot happens. We just like chase drama a whole lot. I like romance, and I like, you know, I'm heating up food. I like romance. I especially enjoy period dramas, I guess. I'm into that Tessa Dare type romance. But contemporary romances, I'm sort of meh about. I don't know why. It sort of just makes my mind wander, and I just want to read other books, namely fantasy or horror. But overall, like I said, I don't think Stephenie Meyer deserves the hate that she gets. I think the series as it is doesn't deserve the hate that it gets. And I think people oftentimes take too seriously what is a book about vampires and is ultimately fiction. So here's my ultimate message and takeaway is that enjoy what you like. As long as you understand that, you know, it's fiction, sometimes it's problematic, you don't want to apply it to your real life, and you know, don't do weird shit in the light of reading fiction, you're good to go. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to read Midnight Sun. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna reread New Moon. Maybe. New Moon's just really fucking emo, if I'm being honest. I have some friends who absolutely love New Moon. They love it. But I just feel like if Bella was an angsty, whiny teenager here, she is definitely an angsty, whiny teenager in the absence of Edward in New Moon. But I will say I like New Moon because Jacob becomes more of a main character, and the Quileute Nation is definitely, or at least, you know, his like history as a Native American comes out more. I'm into it. I'm into that like section of the story. And like I said, I will link the Quileute Nation's website down below so you can educate yourself if you'd like on what the Quileute Nation is actually like, because Stephenie Meyer did take some creative liberties on it. But otherwise, if I had to rate it, 3.5? Yeah, 3.5, 3.6. Thoroughly enjoyable. Not something that I am raving and gushing about, but not the worst. All right, I'll see you later. I'll see you when I get Midnight Sun. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button because it really helps my channel, and hit that notification bell so you always know when I've got good things coming to you. Bye, y'all.